Welcome to part 2 of our trip around Georgian Bay. On the previous episode, we began our first ever road trip with Atlas. Departing from Sudbury, we camped near Manitoulin Island, then put the bus on a ferry across the Great Lake to Tobermory, where we explored Flowerpot Island.
So that's the end of us adventuring Flowerpot Island. We're gonna hop on the boat now and head back to Tobermory for more tomorrow. For our sleeping situation tonight, we failed to book an RV spot, so Bruce Anchor Tours was nice enough to let us stay in their big parking lot at the back. It's the morning. We have been waking up, getting ready, and we had a guy come to our door this morning and ask, what the heck are we doing? Apparently we are not allowed to be here, but I asked 3 different people. I called ahead before I came. On Wednesday, I asked the lady at the ticket booth when we bought our tickets, and I also asked the bus driver, and all 3 of them said it was okay. They even gave me instructions to come to this spot because this is the best spot to be. The guy came up this morning saying that, the neighbors called bylaw on them. They're going to get tickets from their bylaw officers for us being here because we camped illegally. This is a very touristy spot, so I assume that bylaw is out to get any tourists who are in the wrong places because they don't want their town to be a mess for the locals. We're just going to pack up and leave off to the next adventure. We are now heading to the Grotto to look at some rocks and going for a hike. So Cole's all loaded up. We're all packed down. Let's go. So we showed up at the Grotto with 1 parking pass between me and Cole, which is a problem. Our parking pass is not for a large vehicle, so the bus can't be there. We have to go back into town from the Grotto, which was about 20 minutes away, park the bus at the visitor center, and then go back with Cole's truck. Another layer of bullshit is you have to show up within 2 hours of the beginning of your booking time, and it is 9:47, and our booking time started at 8, so that means we have until 10 to show up, or they're not going to let us in. Guess who's back? He's back again with 5 minutes to spare. So we have made it to the Grotto. Another tourist trap. Lots of people here. Not calm or relaxing, but when nature's this cool, it attracts the people. So this is, I call this part 1. This is like a big open area, beautiful rocks. Everyone goes swimming. So directly below me right now is a cave. So I'm staying on top of an arch, and there's a guy right here who's about to jump off. Here is opening. Pretty sweet, huh? So right into here, there's a hole, and that goes down into the cave. Okay, so I would say you guys just like walk down there, and I'm going to crawl into here. Unless you want to join. It's super fun. Man, my legs are slightly too long. There we go. Bye-bye. Okay, you guys got to do it. It's so fucking cool. That's the entrance, and then it comes to here, and then it opens up into here. And so now they're above me, and there's the hole I just came through. So they came down this way, but I came through up there. Trying to convince them to come across. Sorry. So I managed to convince them to come. Cole was very reluctant because it is a sketchy path to get to here if you don't take the hole, which is also sketchy. But here we are. This is the main cave. People are swimming through a hole in the bottom of the cave, and you can see the glow from where that path is. she goes up the hill, up the hole. And she's off. Back from the grotto with the bus. It's really busy here and there's nowhere to park for Cole, so he took off after dropping us off. Look at this parking though. This is a regular parking spot and I just stuck the nose forward. There's these posts, but there's like a post missing for the spot where I'm parked on. Luckily, and gave me enough space because the end of the parking spot is right here. We do not have a good plan, which with a big vehicle like this, you need a good plan if you're going to come out here. We don't know where we're going to sleep tonight. The only place on iOverlander are advertising for campgrounds, and they're all full. So I called a campground, Miller Family Camping. I called them. They said they were full. I begged them for any space that the bus can exist in. I just need 30 feet of ground, 20 feet of solid ground. Look at the joy she got from that. Don't crash. Cool. Bye-bye.
What do you want to do for food?
Well, how about we show you how we make vegan mac and cheese?
Yeah. So this is a one-pot recipe that we make all the time. To make the one-pot recipe, you're gonna need some milk and some water as your base. 2 cups of milk, 3 cups of water. And just a little bit of water, just to mix it all in. 2 teaspoons of salt. And this is really important because we made it once before and the salt was the only thing that was missing. It was terrible. So don't skip on this. Typically this calls for 2 teaspoons of mustard. Now this is one of the ingredients that we currently do not have on the bus. I was Googling it and the only substitute that I could find is mayo. So I have this jar of mayo. We're gonna see how it goes. So this may seem weird and we'll let you know how it turns out with mayo. Mustard is delicious.
I'd say mustard is probably the weirdest ingredient whenever I explain to somebody how to make this, because mustard makes no sense in mac and cheese, because there should be mac and cheese. But this works.
You need the nooch, the nutritional yeast. And if you don't know what nooch is, it's like deliciousness. It has a bit of a cheesy flavor. And last but not least, we're gonna throw in some apple cider vinegar. So now that we've added those ingredients, I'm gonna throw in the macaroni. So it's gonna cook until it thickens up and then we'll catch you on the macaroni. But while this is cooking, I pre-chopped some tofu and I'm just gonna fry up some tofu in this pan here.
I'd say this is better than mac and cheese, or KD as we call it in Canada. I have the option of having that because I'm not vegan and I still rather this. That's how good this is. So if you're not vegan, you can still try it. You can just use regular milk and regular cheese and try the same recipe and I bet you'll love it.
Have it on medium heat. It'll heat up. Like this stove is just really good. Compared to using the stove at home, like I can put it on a lower setting and it cooks the same as a higher setting at home. I'm gonna just throw in some salt.
This is actually the first time we're cooking with this new cooktop that we installed. We used to have a 2-burner, now it's a 4-burner. And on the electricity side, this burner can pull a lot of jam.
So I'm gonna turn the mac and cheese round off. All the liquid is cooked through, there's not anything left at the bottom here. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we're gonna throw in some cheese. My personal favorite is the Violife vegan cheese, but we don't have it, so we're gonna do some Daya. It's kind of like, you know, it's cheese. Can you go wrong with too much cheese? Thoroughly mixed. You just put the lid on the pot and you let it sit for about 10 minutes. And so that allows everything to melt, come together, and lets the noodles cook a little bit more. So now the mac and cheese is done. It's been sitting for 10 minutes.
We're gonna eat outside, but first we're gonna try out if the mayo substitute is okay or not.
Just never forget the salt. I find it tastes perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, this is good with mayo. Let's go outside. Cheers. Click. So that's the end of the night for us. We're going to pick you back up when we are heading to Lions Head.
Okay.
Right now the flame is coming from the pit.
He doesn't get it. So we are leaving a Miller's campground now, and we're gonna head to Lions Head. Driving out is a nice camp spot. We had a little fire last night and just kind of relaxed. Super quiet here. And drive across this field and get out of here. Take the trees here. So we've made it to the Lions Head parking lot. We're here, we're gonna take the shuttle, go up to the spot and start hiking. Pivot on another bus.
That way I'm not like having to unzip the bag, put it back in, take it out. So Adam has decided to wear flip-flops on this hike for Lions Head Trail, and he keeps tripping over the tree roots and hurting his foot.
It's always the left foot, and I hit it so hard that I'm gonna like blow out my flip-flop. It's like got a string of it left.
He should have worn shoes.
I'd rather be barefoot, but the flip-flops keep catching on things. So I think I might just take the flip-flops off and go barefoot, because that's what nature intended. Shoes are a construct propped up by the shoe companies. You have evolved with highly designed feet for walking. Use them. There, I'm taking them off. Barefoot. This trail doesn't seem to have any kind of glass or sharp objects, just a lot of tree roots. This right here is like a formation in this cliff, and it's kind of freaky. So that hole right there, babe?
Yeah.
Climb in it.
Okay. Oh, I can stand right up. This is just a big old hole in the rock.
Yeah, I think this is formed from water erosion.
That's so cool.
Yeah, be very careful. You're at the edge of a very big cliff. So we've made it to the top. You can see the first view, and to my right is certain death. Hi. Way up there.
It's a really nice view up here.
I'm pretty good with heights, but when there's sheer cliffs like that, something in my tummy says, get away from it. Here we are at the top of the main lookout. It's a beautiful 360 everywhere you look. See the cliffs behind me on this side and this side. And you can hang your feet over the edge. So here I have my feet over the edge against all logic. I'm not looking over the edge.
Not doing it?
I'm terrified of the phone that is recording this falling over the edge, illogically. But I just like... We're leaving the main lookout now, and we've looked at all trails. And we've determined we want to go down to the beach. So we're doing a really long loop. We're probably tripling the length of this hike by doing so, but we have no rush today. We can have the bus in the shuttle parking lot all day with no problem. Only other goal today is to maybe go to Sauble Beach. Not a whole lot to do there. It's just a big beach where you sit down and relax. Technically, Sauble Beach is not part of the Georgian Bay shoreline. It's on the other side of the peninsula, but I really want Kate to see it because it's really nice.
Water. I would still like to go to Sauble Beach if it works.
Yeah.
It'd be just a nice way to relax and end the day.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of the water. Like, it's so beautiful.
It's tropical.
Mm-hmm. It's so nice. I love the smells in the forest here with Alan Lace. That's all I have so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's not complete. It's in the works.
So the trail has become tighter and much quieter. We've only run across, I don't know, 2 people so far. So it's very unwalked path. But if you don't like people, I'd recommend taking this trail. It's a lot longer, but it's nice and quiet, relaxing. This is not barefoot approved. We have made it to the beach. It's not a sandy beach, it's a cobblestone beach, or stony beach. It's really nice. It's super hot in the sun. Everything else on this trail is in the shade. This is the first time we're in the sun. I've done the whole trail from the main lookout down here barefoot, and it was pretty challenging. So it's not that trail does not get a high barefoot rating. And these rocks are hot on the feet.
I'm not used to walking bare feet like you are. It feels so weird.
She took her shoes off and now she's struggling.
I'm struggling to keep my balance.
Slippery rocks.
The rocks are slippery. Go figure. I'm afraid of falling on my ass.
I'm afraid of falling on my head.
I did it.
Yeah, it's super wide. We're now leaving the beach and we're gonna slowly make our way back to the bus. Ow. So we just climbed up the first leg of the escarpment up. Now we're in this kind of like middle area throughout. So nice. It's buggier on this side of the trail after the water view. We are here. And so I think we're gonna take, you know, this doesn't even show the trails I'm seeing on all trails.
No?
No, because I didn't think we were gonna come like back here. I thought there's a trail that's right here to here.
Oh. Okay, so we want to keep going this way then, Donna Baker.
Yeah.
You put protein powder in it. I can put your vanilla.
Yeah. So we are kind of going off trail here. On all trails it shows it exists. And it looks a lot shorter than the others, and we're kind of at the point. I'm all sweaty and warm. She agrees.
Yeah.
The shorter the path, the better. So I'm just leading. I got the map open, and it's pretty obvious where the path is, I think, right now. Get out of my swamp. This path kind of opens up and turns into a kind of a quad trail. Quite fit a truck through here. And there's been plaques on the trees that show fire rescue. And that's the end of this trail. I'm sure we weren't supposed to take it. Emergency access, authorized personnel only. They should put that on the other side because we didn't know. But now we're back on the normal trail. Back on the bus goes 2 bucks. Wow. Oh, there's a guy on one. So we're back at the bus. We just had a shake, and now we're going to head to Sauble Beach. Just see what I can do with it. So we're pulled up in Sauble Beach. It's busy here. This is a busy hot spot. It's really tricky to park a school bus in regular car parking, so I got the front end basically in the bushes, and I'm across. And I'm across like 3 or 4 spots. I'm actually sticking out on the road a little bit here. So, not by much, honestly. I figure this is pretty safe to be on the road about yay much. But you can see I'm taking up a bunch of space. So they came by, the ticket people. I was still sitting in the bus, and they said they give tickets to oversized vehicles. So if you're coming to Sauble Beach, don't park along the beach. Go to 2nd Ave or the Foodland parking lot. Those are where you're going to want to be. You're not going to want to be along the road. So we've moved the bus to 2nd Avenue. I got the spot along the road. It's just grass. So now we're going to explore the beaches, and I'm going to switch out to my phone to film, and I'm going to ride my one wheel. Well, she's going for a walk. I'm going for a ride. She doesn't want to take the bike.
No.
She feels like it would be too much, so. Welcome to the biggest beach in the peninsula.
It's the water is really nice. It's not even cold at all.
Waters are much warmer on this side of the peninsula. So we're gonna go swimming, bye-bye. And now we're out of the water. We're not much of swimmers. Kay has like an ear thing, so she can't put her head underwater. And I have a skin thing, so I break out in hives if I'm in the water too long. So I'm carrying the one wheel because it doesn't function on sand very well. So we're just gonna go to the bus, dry off, and then go check out some shops. We're at the gift shops at Sauble Beach, and on the last hike, I was wearing these flip-flops, and I pretty much blew through them and did most of the hike barefoot. So we're gonna go in here and try to find a pair of flip-flops to replace these. Had them for 5 years. I got bottle openers in the bottom of them, and I don't want to downgrade. What do we got? Nope. But this thing, that's just gonna pop right out. Gotta be built in. Yeah, they're a little cheap. Oh, $13? They should be like $1. As it is down there. There's a wall of goodies up here.
I think those ones for sure over the first pair.
So style-wise, yeah, these are
Those are, yeah.
But these don't have a bottle opener built into the bottom, so it's kind of a deal breaker. So these ones have a bottle opener, but they're not as nice looking on top compared to these ones. Kind of a dilemma. I ended up getting the one without bottle openers, but they look nicer. So I'm not going to be the life of the party anymore, unfortunately. There we go. They're going to take some breaking in. Flip-flop accessories to remember this place by. Coming back in to do the vloggy thing. We just had dinner at that source of loud music. The neighbors were having live music. And now we got a sunset going on here. Right behind us. So we're gonna be walking along the beach as the sun sets. We're gonna go to the bus. These kids, look at this. So we're gonna go to Sauble Falls. And then sleep there the night and then go to, where are we going to? Collingwood tomorrow?
Yeah.
Collingwood tomorrow. Bye-bye.